If you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s or beyond and you're thinking of starting something new, then this video is for you. Many of us are retired or semi-retired or simply rethinking how we want to spend our time at this time of our lives. Today I want to talk to you about what no one tells you about starting something new later in life. Starting something new doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to be starting a business or a big reinvention, although it can if you want it to. So let's broaden this picture. There are so many things that we can start that we might be sitting on the fence about. Starting something new might be starting a new hobby that you've always thought about, or taking a course purely because you're interested in the subject rather than taking a qualification. It might mean joining a book club or a walking group, a choir or a class. It might mean trying a different form of movement or a sport like paddle. Starting something new for you might mean opening an online dating profile when you haven't dated for decades. It could be volunteering, mentoring, or simply saying yes to something that's unfamiliar to you and stepping outside your comfort zone. These aren't small choices. These are ways of expanding your life, staying interested in life, and staying curious. And that's so important as we get older, isn't it? And yes, it might be that you want to start a business at this time in your life, or something more structured. A small business, a consultancy, a creative project. In fact, around a third of businesses in the UK are started by people over 50. That's quite a significant proportion, isn't it? Makes sense really, doesn't it? We've got so much experience and so much knowledge, and the pace of corporate life doesn't always suit us at this age. Sometimes we want to take what we know and stop giving our services to the man and do things for ourselves, don't we? So if that's on your mind, it's definitely something entirely doable. It's not unrealistic. But before you start anything new, it's good to pause and to think, what is it that I actually want? Specifically, what is it that I want now at this time in my life? What do I want a new endeavour to give me? What would enough look like now? Of course, one of the biggest obstacles isn't age itself, it's us. It's how we've learned to think about age. Many of us carry around these unexamined assumptions like, I'm too old to do this, or no one will be interested in what I have to say. I'd look foolish putting myself out there. And this is self-ageism. These ageist beliefs are absorbed slowly over time. They become ingrained in our psyche to the extent that we often don't even realise that we're thinking them. But these self-limiting beliefs aren't facts. They're habits, and as such, they can be challenged. Let me share with you a very current example from my own life, and that's starting a YouTube channel in my 60s. The doubts that I felt were immediate and very, very familiar and almost stopped me doing it. Thoughts like, I'm too old to put myself on the internet. I don't look or sound like a lot of people that run YouTube channels. Why would anybody listen to me or be interested in what I have to say? The reality has been mixed. It's been harder than I expected. Growth has been slow at times, and the learning curves are, well, they're real. Visibility can be really uncomfortable, and putting yourself out there. I can't deny it. It has been really uncomfortable at times. You get used to it. Practicing something makes it easier, doesn't it? But one of the most rewarding parts of running a YouTube channel in my 60s is the interaction. There are people now that watch my videos regularly, you might be one of them, people who comment regularly, and I absolutely love that. I look out for certain names because I know that they're going to have something to say that could be useful for other people, but certainly adds to the conversation and makes me feel as if I'm not talking into a void. So this would be a good time to say, wouldn't it? If you have anything, if this resonates with you, then please do put it in the comments. I notice now when certain people have been absent for a while, that sense of conversation, rather than broadcasting into nothingness, that feeling that we're having a dialogue, has been genuinely sustaining for me on this journey. It reminds me, and for that reason I'm reminding you, that starting something new isn't always about scale and success as we used to think of success in our 30s. Very often it's about connection, and connection is so important at any age, but especially at our age. We need to feel connected to the world outside of ourselves and to other people. Before we start something new, there are 4 things that we need to consider. Because the way we start is important to our future success and the way we are going to enjoy it. And the first thing, and perhaps the most important thing, is that our energy is no longer something that we can spend without thinking about it. The second thing is that starting something new needs to fit around your life now. It shouldn't consume it. Number 3, we need to remember that the pace can be slower. It can suit us, the cadence of our working life. We need to design that so that it suits us, what the other things that we're doing in our lives and our energy. The boundaries we set need to be clearer if they're going to sustain us. And actually there's a 5th one, and that is that success may look very different to how it did in previous decades. If we don't know what success looks like to us, then how do we know that we've succeeded? For me, success is having that interaction with people, knowing that people are watching and enjoying what I'm saying or connecting with what I'm saying, and that's maybe made somebody think before they've jumped into something. Yes, it's important to me that the channel grows and that the subscriber count grows and that watch time is there, so that I know that YouTube will then be pushing these videos out to more people that might benefit from them. But it's the connection that's the most important thing to me. That's what sustains me. But it's not about doing less. It's about doing things more deliberately. Another thing we're rarely told when we want to start something new is that we're allowed to start things simply because we're interested in them. We don't need to justify what we're doing. We don't have to have a guaranteed outcome. Hopefully there's less pressure to monetize and to optimize. We can take our time. Curiosity doesn't need permission from anybody at any age, just permission from ourselves. Starting something new at 64, 54, 74, it's not about chasing youth. It's not about chasing our old lives and staying youthful. It's about refusing to narrow our lives prematurely. It's about deciding that our interests, our voice, our ideas still have space to take up in the world, are still relevant, are still useful. I'd love to know, is there something that you want to start that's new to you? I had a thought the other day, quite like to play the cello. It's probably best left as a passing thought. I don't have a musical bone in my body. But maybe. And why not? What have you been thinking about starting that's new, that you've been hesitating over? And if this video has been helpful, share it with a friend. I'll see you again next week.